Hi everyone, welcome to Kicks Talk number 6. Today I wanted to talk about practice. This came up to me while watching one of our gradings last week, and it made me reminisce on 5 years ago, 10 years ago, even 15 years ago, the quality of technique. And it's progressively gotten worse. That could be because I'm a bad teacher, but who knows. But the real reason is, I think, is because today's society, there's 100 things going on. Little Johnny is doing 5 or 6 sports like OzTag, swimming, nippers, football, squash. That's really showing my age, isn't it? Martial arts, you name it, they're all doing it at once. Whether that is good or bad, I'm not too sure, but I remember when I was a kid, we could only afford doing one sport at a time. That's all right. So today, we're going to talk about different types of practice and how to implement that for your kids. I could do about 10 different videos on this, or 15 different videos, but we're just going to have a basic outline, all right? There's one form of practice called shallow practice. And you can look at all this online as well and get more into it. But shallow practice is what I used to do as a kid, where you practice the stuff you already know, and it was very blasé, non-focused. It's like, right? It gets you nowhere. I remember getting frustrated for years going, I'm practicing while watching TV, but not really, I wasn't doing it properly. There's another form of practice called deliberate practice. And there's 4 points to this. And they're pretty easy to remember. It's just if you implement them correctly, all right? First one, main one, work on the weakness. So we'll use an example of a side kick. Little Johnny might be able to get his leg out and snap it out, but he has no height to it. So he might need to work on stretching more, working on the splits, dynamic stretching, couple of things, tightening the abs, whatever. Work on the weakness. Number 2, full concentration. Don't have social media going at the same time, or little Johnny's brother or sister running around trying to punch him in the head. I don't know why you do that, but it does happen in my family. Third point is feedback, giving feedback. So after practicing, go to your coach or even go on YouTube and look at people doing it properly and go, is that how I'm doing it? Yes or no? Feedback is really important because you can start practicing wrong. I see it all the time with kids coming back and practicing it wrong. And that's all right, these things happen. The last point is repetition. Repetition, repetition. If you practice in 10 to 15 minutes, I think that's long enough in today's society anyway. Any longer, you'll start drifting. Now, I wouldn't recommend trying to practice for a 4 or 5 year old. I don't think they're ready for that type of commitment, but everyone develops different. This would probably be 6 onwards. But I think as parents, you're the best judges to figure out how to do this practice. All right. Little points when practicing, I think, is 1, expect to fail. Kids don't know how to handle failure anymore. I think failure is a part of us growing and getting better each time. But I see gradings and kids fail and that's it, they never come back. And I go, parents, why did you make them go away? You should have pushed them through and they become better for it. The other one is expect to get frustrated. When you're trying to practice so hard, especially with side kicks for me, it takes years, months to get better even a little bit for me, and that's me. And I practice, and I go, I've had enough because I'm not getting any better at this, and then walk away. But little bits at a time, every day, you'll get better. You just won't see it, but that's where feedback comes into it, where a coach will talk to you and say, yes, you are getting better. How many times in the club have I had kids come up saying, I'm not any good? And you go, yeah, you've improved, and you clearly point it out to them and make them see it in a light they haven't seen it before, and you see their faces light up with happiness. So anyway, that's my little rant today on practice. I hope you guys have a great day and I'll speak to you later. Bye-bye.